Filipino to be specific, but there's a lot of, as you can see, like there's a lot of stereotypes about Asians about how, oh, you're gonna be a CNS major or you're gonna be a STEM major or anything like that. And to be honest, that really does hurt because it makes it seem like we're just like basically they're like creating engineers just like from like Asians and stuff, and that we're not just that. We have different passions too. Like a creative side of mine is dancing and singing. I'm not made to, derive functions, or I'm not made to calculate problems. I'm here to be who I am and find my identity.
For example, being told that I talk white, how they kind of operate upon this stereotype of the way Black people are supposed to sound in society.
I was a 6th grader and there were 2 8th grade students, and they'd call me Arab and terrorist. And so one day I just told them, I said, hey, I'm gonna tell my mom if you don't stop, and they stopped, so that worked.
Before I moved to West Campus, I was legitimately afraid of, getting a bleach balloon thrown at me. That's a very real fear. That's a very recent thing. It's an ongoing thing, but it seems like something you'd hear about that happened in the 60s or maybe before, but to hear that it happened, or that it goes reported, like in my first 2 years of college, is scary. So coming into that neighborhood, it was scary.
For example, in one of my classes, this teacher and I, we had like this kind of, we would joke around with each other, but I think one day he took a joke too far and I was not expecting it, and my classmates were really shocked at what he said. He told me to go blow up an airplane, and so I kind of laughed it off, but I was shocked that a teacher would say something like that.
It was my freshman year of high school. Osama bin Laden had just been found dead, and someone asked me, they saw me in the hallway, and they're like, hey, I'm sorry to hear about your uncle. I'm not part of the Taliban. I don't know Osama bin Laden.
I think the best advice to combat intolerance is, if you don't know about a group of people and you're hearing stereotypes about them, or you're hearing discussions in the media or from politicians about it, I think you should do your own research and at least meet these people, because chances are and just like you, they're living life, they're going to school, going to work, their parents, teachers, professionals, whatever, they're living their life as well. Sure, their beliefs are different, whether that's religion, politics. People can have different opinions. That's part of one of our freedoms.
I don't like when people first meet me and they say, what are you? Those 3 words really bother me. What are you? I'm a human, I'm a girl, I'm a student. And they're like, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, what are you? And they just seem irritated that I haven't told them all about my ethnic heritage. And that's just really the wrong way to ask somebody that. You could say, where are you from? Or even better, where are your parents from? I think growing up, I was just constantly reminded that I was a first-generation American, and it doesn't need to be that way.
But tolerance sounds ugly. Tolerance sounds like, I'm tolerating the bug infestation that the block hasn't cleaned up yet. You know what I mean? That's something you tolerate. You don't tolerate another race, another gender, another sexual orientation or sexual identity. That's not something to tolerate. That is something to respect, even if you don't, quote unquote, support that lifestyle. And it's so sad that we have to start to work towards tolerance because respect is so out of the question for some of these people.